We've talked about how many kids are going back to school today, and this is a hot day. I remember we didn't have air conditioning in school.
Just the warm air coming in.
A lot of schools, I feel like, don't still in New England, right? Yeah. And that is, the irony is huge there. It's like we went all summer not being hot, and then I know, I heard the bus outside my window this morning, 8:10. I was like, oh yeah.
Bright and early.
It's happening.
Kids are out there.
Yep, 90s, couple of 90s, flat, Bangor, Wiscasset, Augusta, Portland, didn't get it, 88 degrees, 89 in Sanford, 91 in Freiburg. Hot, humid still, dew points hanging around 70. We had a dew of 73 briefly in Portland, one of the highest of the season. 72 in Waterville and 67 in Bangor. So really sticky air. That's going to stick around through the rest of the week, really. There'll be little variations in it, but overall, it's going to be quite humid. And given that it's so humid, our sky looks really quite blue. We usually don't get as much clear sky when it's this sticky out, but that's how the pattern is. Tonight we'll see a few more clouds around. Temperatures don't drop a ton, though. We're in the mid-70s through 11 midnight tonight. It's still really comfortable, if not warm, and that continues into the early morning hours. We briefly fall into the upper 60s, but I think a lot of the night spent in about the mid 70s or so, at least the parts that you're likely up for. And then tomorrow's another hot and humid day. It's a few degrees cooler than today. I dare you to really notice. Other than the straight thermometer reading, it's not going to be a noticeable difference. And then we head into Thursday. We've got a chance for a shower or storm Thursday afternoon, but a lot of the day is hot and humid again with some upper 80s, and then here's some pop-up showers and storms later in the day. Better chance mountains and foothills, lower chance along the coastline, where we'll likely be able to stay dry during the day of Thursday. And then Friday we do it again. Pop-up showers and storms, largely foothills and mountains. That's all as this front approaches, but it really takes its time getting here, and in between we're stuck into this kind of quasi-Bermuda high situation where we've got southwest flow pumping in that hot and humid air. Eventually the front gets here. Unfortunately, it's in time for the weekend, which is not a washout, but it is more showery than this entire weekend into last weekend, especially Sunday. It looks like it could be pretty showery during the day there. Temperature trend will show you when the front arrives. It starts to cool down Saturday and more so into Sunday and Monday. Temperatures at that point in the mid 70s. Let's talk about what was Invest 95L yesterday. It's Tropical Depression 13 today, and then it eventually will be a named storm. It's going to be a hurricane, and it'll probably be a Cat 3 or Cat 4 when it gets about here, which is Friday, so that we've got time in here. But where does it go from there? It's hard to say. It's going to be interesting. I think it's interesting for the East Coast. That's all we can really say. Timeline-wise, we're legitimately talking about September 14th, something like that. It's out there. But it also just keeps being there in the model, so it's worth watching. Until then, hot, humid next few days, scattered showers on Saturday. Better of the two weekend days is Saturday. Sunday, I want to make it better, but I have no data that tells me to do that yet. So we'll keep it showery on Sunday with more clouds around, and then cooler into next week into the mid-70s. And then what happens after Tuesday, Wednesday of next week, we'll have to do with whatever that tropical system decides to do.
End up doing.
History's on our side. That's the good news.
Okay.
It's very hard to
actually
hit
come up
us
the coast
like
at that point.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Keith.